You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Andy podcast.
Welcome to the Flat Tire Andy podcast, episode 7. Today is Saturday, June 13, 6:45 p.m. Today in the studio I have two lovely guests. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Leila.
And I'm Jada.
So Leila is my 17, soon to be 17-year-old daughter.
You don't know how old I am?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I lost track a long time ago.
All right.
So today we're going to talk about how these two kids met. They're about to hit adulthood and go into the real world.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It really is.
Yeah, what? How old are you, Miha?
I'm 18.
18? Oh, you're already 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're catching up?
I am.
So how is it that you guys are a year apart but know each other?
Well, I got held back in like second grade. So we were in our same freshman year class, and that's how we met, because I got held back.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because that happened to me as well. I was I think I went to kindergarten twice. So that put me a year behind as well. I was always older than everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens, how'd you guys meet?
We were in class. It was my first day, and it was actually really funny. So they placed me next to her, and I'm the biggest goofball, you guys know. So I was just making everybody laugh, interrupting the whole class. And the teacher, who was really sweet about it, he came up to me, he goes, "You know, you're interrupting." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "But I see you're making good first impressions, you know, with your new friends." And I looked over at Jada and I said, "She is not my friend." And here we are, almost 2 years later, best friends.
And now appearing on a podcast.
Right?
Yeah.
So let me see, interrupting in class, Leila?
You know me. It was.
Yeah, you like to be the center of attention.
I was making everybody laugh.
How did that turn out? People can't see you putting your hands on your forehead.
It turned out great, actually. I'm funny, and I know it.
I mean, she got me as a friend.
Right,
so, like,
right. Turned out pretty great.
All right. How was school I'm going to start with one or the other. Jada, how was school for you?
School was okay. You know, the actual learning and all that, it was kind of tough, but I got through it with a lot of help. And then social-wise, yeah, that was pretty tough too.
You joined any sports?
I was in basketball.
Basketball?
Yes.
How'd that go? Wait. Basketball? You're pretty short.
I know, but I'm pretty good at basketball.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I mean, it didn't last long because some stuff went on and I couldn't do it anymore. But they really wanted me on the team, and that was like the only time that I could ever do anything like that. But I ended up having to quit.
Leila, you were at Bassett for what? 2 years? Year and a half?
Around, yeah, something like that.
And how did that go for you?
It was interesting. It was. I learned a lot. It taught me that I'm not the only person on the planet and the world doesn't revolve around me, which was a big thing for me.
It took you how long to learn that?
Okay, look. Anyways, but it was just a big help. People in LA are different. They're a lot different from the way that I grew up. I mean, obviously growing up is a big thing, and obviously high school is a lot different. So it's just the people, they're different, you know. But I mean,
You play any sports? Obviously, I know the answer, but the listeners.
for other people, yeah, I did actually. I ran cross country and track. I wanted to do a lot of other things, but they just didn't really fit for me. So I don't know. I started with track. I just out of nowhere just decided that I wanted to do it. I met my coach, and he was amazing. He, you know, inspired me to actually do it, which is a crazy story. I went into his office to talk to him about some thing that I had, and he looks at me and he was like, "Are you interested in playing sports?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, no, not me. Like, that's not me, you know, before." So he was like, "Stand up for a minute." And I was like, "Okay." So I stood up. He said, "Come over here and touch this poster," which was about like 6-foot poster, probably right over his door. I go and I jump, and he was like, "Okay." And he's like, "You know what I just did there?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I was watching how far you can jump," because he said that he wanted to put me on his track team as a jumper. And I was like, that's really crazy, because I didn't even think about that. So then that's when I had came to you, and remember I mentioned it to you, and then that's when I obviously started.
That's right. You did come and tell me that your coach kind of, what do you call it? You rehearsed in a way.
Right, yeah.
And he told you that so you can be on this track team. He was a cool teacher. I liked him.
He was.
Awards?
Oh, those were amazing. Actually, it took me a lot to, obviously make it to practice every day and all the motivation to actually run, and it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, like they always say, obviously not literally, but it was just a lot of determination that you had to put in. But I made varsity the first year. I was rookie of the season, my first season of track, and that was about it, which obviously was big for me because it was my first year, and I had only done half of the season, I believe, because I had just moved there, so it was really big for me. And then after that, they had talked me into doing cross country, which I had no idea I wanted to do until I actually did it. And then just those feelings are just amazing. Just the adrenaline, the blood rushes, everything. After that, it was just, he told me, he said, okay, you do the summer training, and then if you don't like that, then you can decide, whether or not you want to continue or not. And actually, I really liked it. And from there, you just, you work hard, you work your way up. And it was a lot more difficult for me because I had that, big head mentality because I had just made, varsity and everything. But in cross country, it was different. There was a lot of people in cross country, so they obviously had those JV and varsity. So for me, it was hard, but I had that motivation to actually push through, and I kind of knew I had that, like, personal, what is it called?
Motivation?
Yeah, like that personal motivation that I, like, told myself all the time, I can do this, like, I can go, I can make varsity. And obviously, you and Mom were obviously motivating me as well every day to go to practice and eat right and, be there on time and be there early and, pushing me to go to every practice and everything. And actually, that's crazy because during the end, I almost didn't make varsity until he actually lined all of us girls up, and then he said that I earned it because of not times or not
records.
Not times, not records, not me being the fastest girl, but the fact that I put in all that effort and dedication, being there on time, and exactly. And
That's cool.
That was the best feeling ever.
Well, it was really nice. Felt good watching your races.
Yeah.
Like, I always wanted to play sports in school, and that didn't happen. So being able to watch my kid do it felt good. It felt great.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to go out there in the freaking heat. Sit and watch you run for like 2 seconds. Oh, there she goes. Okay, done. In the heat for a 2-second run.
That's crazy. I set my record, my first cross country race. I don't know if you remember that at Bassett.
Is that the one where you only came back with the medal and nobody else?
No, that was actually that's another story too. This is the first one at Bassett. The only race that I had at Bassett, I made my record, and I had placed varsity.
Is this the one you beat it by like a minute?
Yeah, that's the one. And I beat one of the varsity girls. So I had made a varsity time, but it wasn't actual season, so I wasn't actually varsity, which broke my heart. But no, the one where I won the medal, that's actually a crazy story because I was supposed to run with varsity, and the girl that I was going head to head with actually, I don't know what happened, but she ended up being placed in without, and I wasn't. So, it kind of got to my head, and I was angry, and that anger helped me because I actually came up, I think it was top 40 out of 150 girls that race, and I was the only one that got a medal the entire season out of everyone.
Yeah, I remember that day you got home, you got off the bus and showing us your medal, and your teacher was proud of you and take pictures and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Amazed.
No, that was cool. That was really good.
Yeah.
That's cool. What made you guys BFFs? Because obviously Leila doesn't live with us anymore. She went to live with her mom, her biological mom. But now I see her once a month, and since quarantine, we haven't seen you in 3 months?
3 months, yeah.
Every time we pick you up, we
Jada's
pick up your BFF.
Yeah.
So, what made you guys BFFs?
At first, I didn't really know. It was kind of just an attraction.
Because you said earlier, her? No.
Yeah, right? And it wasn't even, I don't think it was like, oh, I don't like her, I don't like the way she looks. It was just more of like, I just got here, you know? So it was kind of like, I don't know her. And I don't know, after that, it was just the way we made each other laugh. And then it was just like...
What was your first impression of Jada?
My first impression of Jada...
Be honest, you know.
I thought...
No claws.
Right? Honestly, I was like, this girl's gonna be weird. Like, her hair was like short. And no, your hair was long when I met you, right?
Yeah, I looked normal.
Yeah, she actually looked normal, but it was just like a feeling, which is crazy because she looked normal when I met her, and then like 2 months into our friendship, she dyed her hair like, I forgot what color, but it was something out of the ordinary. And then that's when I knew, like, this is my best friend because I felt it. Like, I already knew there was going to be something odd about her. But I feel like when people say opposites attract, they really mean it. Because me and Jada are two different people. But I feel like we have kind of the same upbringing, and it just turned us into two different people, which makes us attract to each other.
And what was your first impression of Leila? Be honest.
When I first met Leila, I didn't really like her.
Who does? Who did, I mean?
That's a first impression, really it is.
Yeah, like, so she hung out with girls that I didn't like, and I was still in high school, so that meant she was going to be someone I didn't like because she was with those girls until actually 6th period when she said that we weren't friends. She actually made me laugh, so I was kind of like,
She actually told you to your face
that we weren't friends.
We ain't friends.
In front of her, I did. But I didn't mean it like in a rude way. It was kind of just like, it just happened. I don't understand why.
What's the deal with girls and like high school drama? Like, why can't we all just get along?
That's not how it works.
Doesn't work.
Honestly,
like
I think it's more of a competition thing. I did nothing to anyone when I walked in. I just have this face, I guess. I have this way that I walk.
Wait.
I have
the
this way that I
you
look.
look on your forehead?
Yes. Everyone
That's
has
Leila.
that RBF, okay? A lot of girls have it. And girls at Bassett just didn't like it. They just didn't mess with it. Like, I walked in and everyone was curious about me. So it made girls angry.
I do always say you walk like your poop don't stink.
Okay, look. It's called confidence, and a lot of girls don't have it, so they get mad. I don't know. I don't see it as a bad thing. Some people do, but a lot of people don't understand me until, like Jada, she didn't understand me until she 100% knew me. You know, she obviously understands me now, so that's just it.
So you were saying that she came up to you and said, we ain't friends.
Yeah.
To your face.
Yeah.
I would have punched her in the face.
No, I agree.
Oh, you agree?
I would have punched me in the face as well.
Because we weren't friends.
Okay.
And I didn't really care because, like I said, I didn't really mess with Leila at the time. And then we started hanging out in class, and she slowly started to come and talk to me. And it was like, oh, can you help me with this?
Oh, because she needed something.
No, look, this is what it was.
Typical Leila.
This is what it was. We would make each other laugh in 6th period and pretend like we didn't know each other out of class until I noticed that I had her for another class. And then I was like, I have you for this class. And then so, like, little by little, I have a very big pride. And I'm kind of like, I'm not going to talk to you until you talk to me. That's how I was before.
I didn't talk to her.
Yeah, I would go up to her. There was a boy that sat next to her that I would, conversate with. And then little by little, she would, like, laugh about things. And then I would, like, talk to her.
So she was nosy.
And then...
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And because I'm funny, duh. So me and him would talk, and she would like laugh about something, and I'd like, make a little comment, and then it just happened the way it happened. Everything just fell into place. So then little by little, I would go over there and ask her like, hey, can I borrow an eraser, just to start a conversation, just because I wanted to talk to her. Like, I didn't know what to say, but it was just more of like, I'm finally pushing aside my pride because I want to make a friend, so I'm gonna do this, But,
so you would ask her for help, and then...
Yeah, and then little by little, I would take my chair over there, or, like, just go make conversation, or, like, go ask her about something just because. And then it turned into us bugging the teacher, and then him making jokes, and it was just all laughs, really.
So what finally made you give Leila a chance here? Just the jokes?
No. She started opening up to me about some things. And I can tell that she was getting more comfortable with me. And, some of the things she was, like, telling me I could relate to. And I really noticed that she wasn't what I thought she was.
So what she said earlier about you guys had stuff in common or related to stuff, is this what you're talking about?
Yes.
So what kind of things you guys have in common? Or what can you guys relate to?
Just like our backgrounds in general, we don't have the best circumstances, you know, like our parents weren't the best.
Hey. What's going on? I'm right here.
Okay, she's talking about parents. I parent.
Yes,
personally.
my parents.
So
Singular and plural.
So she wasn't complaining about me, was she?
No.
Okay.
Not up until I moved.
Whoa. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, she opened up to me, and because we can relate, I understood her, and that's just like what made us close. And I started coming over, and we started hanging out, and she eventually became my best friend.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're complaining to your friend about me?
No, it wasn't complaining. It was just, I feel like at the time I was going through a lot with my mother. So the only person that I felt like I could talk to and it wouldn't backfire was Jada. And the thing about it was she just made me feel so comfortable, like automatically. Yeah. And I think that's why she's my best friend, because I just felt like there was just like this automatic energy.
Now, did you from the get-go tell her that I know you don't like to promote or advertise that I'm your stepdad. Mm-hmm. You don't like that at all. But were you honest with her from the beginning and saying, hey, he's my...
No, actually I wasn't. You know what it was? Is when I first moved to the school, because I was the new girl, everyone wanted to know things about me. It was like, oh, like, where's she from? What is she doing? Who's this? Who's that? And I was kind of scared, to be honest with you, because she did hang out with a totally different crowd than I did. I got into with the wrong crowd as soon as I got there, and everyone wanted to know things about me. So I was kind of scared to open up to her, because, I mean, I don't want to, like... There's nothing wrong, obviously, with being with the parent that's not your biological father, but I just didn't feel like it was necessary to let people know that's my business.
No,
you know?
I just
exactly
kind of like with me.
It scared me.
Like with me, mom, for example,
mm-hmm.
She didn't even know. I don't announce these are my sons and this is my stepdaughter.
Yeah,
I never announced it that way. I say these are my kids.
Yeah,
I've always said that these are my kids. Even when I was fighting for custody for you guys. Some of the witnesses would say, they would write a statement and they would always say he never introduced her as stepdaughter. He always introduced her as his daughter, always.
Mm-hmm.
I think it took my wife, well, your mom, stepmom, a few months to really like, wait, she's not your daughter? Mm-hmm. No, she's not biologically my daughter. I've been raising her since she was 4 months old. Her mom put me through hell, and I stuck around because of Leila. And when I finally moved out and I would get visits with the kids, I would take her as well. So it was always all three. It was a package deal. I never said, no, not you because you're not my blood. Never like that.
No, it's never been like that. Of course
never
not.
been like that. Out here, I know, we ended up moving to La Puente. We left Oxnard. Her mom went to Bakersfield. And I get it. Leila does have, she can be a pain in the butt. She's a good kid when she wants to be a good kid. I get why she would have, like, issues, or not issues, but, like, maybe stuff to relate with you, which is hopefully not the same, right? Because you have both your parents, right?
Yeah, I have both.
That's good.
I think also it was more of the fact that, obviously, my mother's trying now. Her parents, they're, trying as well. You tell me that a lot. It was just the way that we were brought up. It's not necessarily now, because we're fine now. We're doing things on our own. Our parents are trying. They're great. You're great, obviously. My mother's getting there, but they're working on things. And I just feel like it was just the way that we were brought up. Sometimes when you go through things, and it's just when you meet someone who obviously understands you, knows that, and she thought I was this, totally different person, and the fact that she understood me and we talked, and she found out, like, oh, she's not so different, like, she understands this, and she was brought up this way, and she went through this as well. And I feel like that's, like she said, that's what made us closer. It was the way that we were brought up, not necessarily what we're going through now.
Okay, that's cool. So I wanted to ask you guys about your future, what you guys plan on doing now that you guys are both going to be, well, you're an adult already, but now that you guys are both going into the adulthood. But first, let's go to some commercials. Looking for life insurance for as low as $1 a day with living benefits? We have you covered. Reach out to Agent Deshaun. He's licensed in many states. Even if you're already covered, he'll review your policy with you to see if there's a better option. Find him on Instagram under Agent Deshaun 702 or call and text anytime at 702-665-0037. That number again is 702-665-0037. And we're back. I tried to do that. This is the first time. Right? You like that? I like that. So what do you guys have planned for the future? I mean, because now you got to work to survive. No more mommy buying stuff for you. No more mommy paying for your cell phone. What is your plan, Jada?
Well, I was planning to move to Arizona.
What's in Arizona?
It's just a new start for me, and I was actually thinking about going into like cosmetology school because, like she said, I go with crazy hairstyles and all that stuff, and I think that that's like a really good path of like, it's a really good job, and it's something that I like to do. So it, it fits both. So it's not like I hate going to work every day, and I see as that might be a little difficult in these times, but been looking for jobs, and we just gonna see how that goes. But that's, yeah.
So in Arizona, is that where the school's at?
I wanted to see if there was school out there, because that is what I want to do. But Arizona's mostly just because I'm an 18-year-old who feels like I want to leave my house, and I can't be with my family anymore at this point because of some things that are going on.
Okay. More personal issues?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you want to run?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And how do you feel about that? Your best friend's leaving.
The opportunity came up for her, and I'm actually really happy about it because, I feel like she's obviously gone through so much, and obviously she's grown now, and she wants to leave, so she has every right to, and I feel like that's going to be an amazing start for her. But I'm coming with her because obviously no, I can't do that again. I left my best friend to go to Bakersfield. Wasn't really the best decision of my life, but hey, I'm there, right? I just can't lose her again. I don't know. It's been really hard for me. Don't get me wrong, she's my best friend, so we can go months without talking like we've done before and start up again like I seen her yesterday, but at the same time it's not the same.
You guys can go months without talking?
Yes.
When I left, we didn't talk for 3 months.
Dude, I lost a friend because I didn't call him for 2 weeks.
That's what best friends do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But I don't know. The opportunity came up, like I said, and it was just, I think that's really good for her. I think it's amazing that she has somewhere to go,
So when are you planning on leaving?
The plan was in August, but
This coming August?
Yes. But I pushed it back until January.
Okay.
For my birthday.
So when you turn 19?
Yes.
That means that Leila would be 10 months before she turns 18. You're going to be okay with that?
Definitely. Yeah.
So you're going to wait the 10 months and then bounce?
If that's what I have to do, then yeah. I mean, I'm going to do whatever I have to make it out there.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is the times where you guys are adults now, almost, pretty much. Mm-hmm. What about you, kid? What do you want to do?
I had the biggest passion to study law, but, a lot of things didn't play out the way I thought they would. So right now, I want to finish my senior year. I want to graduate, obviously. I just want to go into college. I think my major is going to be English, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you're really good at it. I mean, I have to ask you guys how to spell stuff sometimes.
Yeah. I've always gotten compliments in English and things like that.
We've gotten compliments about just the way you speak.
Yeah, that too.
Was the word mannerism?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that too. But it's not really a passion of mine, but I feel like it's what I'm good at. So, I can find something to do with that. Like I said, I had a passion for something, and, things don't always play out the way they do. So I just want to take everything just day by day and see what I lead to.
Well, look at your dad. I mean, I was working at Walmart, and then they hired me at this company.
Yeah.
Who would have known that just speaking would make I'll make a living by speaking.
Exactly.
And now we're here on a podcast. Like, are you serious? Like,
yeah.
it's just,
You never know what could fall into your lap. That's it.
exactly. Uncle Roy actually is the one that
Mhm.
kind of pushed me out. You weren't here with us for Christmas, but he's the one that kind of pushed me to do it. He goes, dude,
Yeah.
people know Flat Tire Andy. LA knows Flat Tire Andy. I'm like, oh god, LA. Okay.
They know.
But
they
you know how Uncle Roy is.
Yeah.
So he's the one that kind of like pushed me to do this, and it's like, just, you have stories. You grew up, you know, you have your upbringing was crazy. I
Mhm.
mean, based on what you told us about your baby's mama, you have stories about that, and you know, he said go for it. So whatever you guys plan on doing, go for it. You want to do hair and makeup, and go for it. I mean, you can always do it for, like, actors. They get paid bank. You know, you couldn't do it for people that have a podcast. You know what I mean?
You want your hair and makeup done?
Yeah, people want to see.
Right? No, I think cosmetology is really great. I mean, you know, there's nowhere that you can't go and, you know, they'll turn you down. Cosmetology is everywhere. Everyone wants their hair and makeup done. That's something that you can do anywhere, and that's great, you know? But I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to do my college thing, and I'll just see where it takes me.
So you want to go to school out there as well, because
Definitely.
are you going to start college when you go out there? So when you move to Arizona, that's when you're going to start college.
Yeah.
So pretty much 18, you're
Oh,
gone.
right away. Mm.
All right. And have you discussed this with your dad?
Yeah, he knows.
He knows?
Yeah.
And he's allowing you to go?
Mostly.
Mostly.
Mm.
I need to
more
have a talk.
convincing.
I need to talk to this guy.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, what I thought you did. Oh wait, I'm your dad. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, I mean, kid. I told you the other day. You want to go to Arizona, and I'm gonna say the answer. My answer was, I'd rather see you in Arizona than living with your mom.
Exactly. I need a cleanse of toxicity, and that's all that I need. I believe that I can't start my future and grow as my own person if I'm holding on to things.
Well, you know that's what I did. You know,
I know. Yeah, of course.
I in 2010 I learned to let go of negativity or stay away from negative people.
Exactly, and you're thriving. After that, it was only success from there.
Little by little, I started getting everything back, and you know, there's still obviously negative people in my life that little by little I'm starting to kind of see people's true colors. I don't know, maybe because I'm doing good in life, maybe because I'm doing a podcast. I don't know what it is. So I made a promise to my kids that I would never tell them I can't afford it. Because whenever we would go to the store, Dad, can I have this? Or Leila or the boys, Dad, can I have this? And I had everything already, you know, budgeted. I only had $200 a month. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. And so I made a promise. That is the one promise that I made. Because I don't make promises. That I promised myself that I would never tell my kids I can't afford it. So you know, like a couple weeks ago when Nick said, Dad, I want this $20 Lego set. I didn't hesitate to buy it. I bought it. Not only did I buy him that Lego set, I bought two. I bought one for Julian. That was my promise. So little by little, I continue to move forward. Again, look, here I am on a freaking podcast. I'm not trying to get money out of this. I spent money to buy all this stuff. If it comes later on in life that they tell me, hey, you do great editing your podcast, why don't you come edit podcast or edit our show, you know, over here, you know, on radio.
Yeah.
You know, because I do edit these podcasts. I do edit the episodes. I do edit. Look at all the mistakes we've already made. I got to delete those mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, we heard dogs barking in the background. Now I got to remove that. We heard a couple motorcycles drive by. I have to remove that. So who knows? Maybe me editing my own podcast gets somebody's attention where, hey, we need an editor. We need someone to edit. Not trying to get famous, just maybe going somewhere else in life. Because, I mean, I love selling beer, but it does get tiring sometimes. You know, you guys only see, oh, Dad won a TV. Oh, Dad won a PlayStation. Oh, Dad won another TV. Mm-hmm. You guys see that. You guys, you know, the award that I got, the Salesman of the Year. You guys see that, but you guys don't see that sometimes 20% of my job is stressful. Mm-hmm. And that 20% makes you want to quit.
Of course. And And like you said, it is stressful. And I remember going with you and, you know, you taking me on rides and we would go to all your accounts and even being on the phone with you sometimes. And the
like
way that
now
people talk to you, it's out of hand,
Yeah.
and you handle it amazingly. Like, I would
Like,
snap. And he literally just walks out. Like, I've heard men, like, snap at him. And it's just, you know, you can't say anything to them. Those are customers.
I kind of have to bite my tongue sometimes, but
Exactly,
sometimes I
he
do.
does
Like,
have to.
there's this one guy that for 3 years, no, 2, I want to say 2 years, he just every chance he got, he probably had a stick up his butt. Every time every chance he got, he wouldn't insult me, and he called me the B word once, and he was just having a bad day. And then until one day I finally snapped. I snapped and I answered back, because no, the customer's not always right. You're not gonna sit there and insult me and call me the B word or throw the F-bomb because you're upset. You want your beer, you write your order. And I walked out of the store. I walked out within like maybe 20 minutes. My boss calls me, "Hey, why'd you piss off so and so? You know, he needs an order." And I told my boss, he can wait. He just insulted me. I made the guy wait because I wasn't going to take that. And the moment I stood up and spoke for myself towards that guy, he never did it again. He never did it again. So
And that's a lot of the time that happens.
yeah, every Monday I would call mom and be like, "Oh man, I'm outside his store. It's my first store.
Yeah, and I remember that.
What mood is he going to be in?" I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to
not
do
at
that.
all.
So, girls, get a job. No, find a career. Be your own boss. Because no one should speak to you the way this guy would speak to me.
Of course.
So I came out here to this new territory, learning from stuff from my old territory, and I didn't take baloney from anybody.
Yeah.
My first day walking into this liquor store, the lady was being rude, and then she started talking to the other salesman like if I wasn't standing there. That's disrespectful and immature. So I said, "You know what? I'm out. I don't like to be disrespected," and I walked out of the store. 5 minutes later, I get a call from her boss apologizing. "Hey, I'm sorry. She shouldn't speak to you that way. Blah 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 blah. Won't happen again." Now me and this lady are cool, you know. No,
Yeah, of
she's
course.
because I stood my ground. She wanted somebody she can talk down to, and I didn't allow it. That's who I am. But yeah, you girls need to find a career and get a job, just make something with life. Just, don't let no one hold you down, hold you back. Go forward. Go forward. Like the way that I always say, the older you get, the better in life you should be. Financially. At one point, I don't know if you knew, Leila mentioned, I was homeless. Then I was walking everywhere. Found a job. I started working at KFC. I worked at KFC for like 2 months. That wasn't for me. But that job at KFC got me a bike. So now I was a little bit more mobile. Then my brother got me into Walmart. Got a little car. Drove that little bad boy. Remember, you had to jump start that thing one day?
Oh my gosh, that was an amazing experience.
So
I remember that every day.
Stick shift cars, if the battery dies, you can jumpstart it by giving it a nice push.
Mm-hmm.
So that day, Leila and I were washing the car, and we left the radio on.
Mm-hmm.
So the battery died. And I'm like, "Kid, you got to push it." So here I am jumping into the car. She had to have been maybe 12, maybe?
Around there, yeah, something
And
like
she
that.
pushes the car fast enough with me in it. She pushes it fast enough for me to jumpstart that thing.
It's a tiny little Honda.
It was a little car. It was a 95 Honda Civic.
Yeah.
It was, but 12 years old, pushing a 2,000-pound machine or whatever size weight it is. She pushed it because it has to be at a certain speed for that car to start. Any stick shift car needs to go at a certain speed and it jump starts itself. And she did it.
You're welcome.
She did it. She pushed the car. It started. So, after Walmart, I started working for the company that I work for now. Then I got my little CRV. the next thing I plan on doing is maybe buying a boat. You want a boat?
Yes, I do.
Speak up, kid. Don't be afraid. I want to get a boat because the last time we went fishing, it was a horrible experience. But back again, the way I see it, the older you get in life, the better financially in life you need to be. That's my advice. You never should go backwards. Always go forward.
Of course.
You know, again, I hope you guys find something that you guys like. I hope you have a good time in Arizona.
Thank you.
And do your career that you want to do. Like I said, you can do it. You didn't you try dyeing Leila's hair?
I did.
How'd that go?
Not the best because of the products that we were using.
No, it was an amazing experience. I cried and I laughed and I had a heart attack and I was about to murder her all in the same day. So it was great. I mean, people always say when girls are going through things, they tend to mess with their hair. And I had been, what was I doing? I don't remember what it was.
Well, girls
I
only
wasn't
mess
feeling
with
the best.
girls only mess with their hair when
it comes to a boy. Yes, I understand, and it was okay. Anyways, it had been a while, and I was just waiting. I was like, I'm gonna do this, but I could not do it by myself because I'd never touched my hair before. Like, my hair was.
And what did mom tell you?
She said, "Don't do it." Everyone said, "Don't do it." But like I said, when girls are going through things, that's just what happens. So I told Jada, I said, I've been holding off. We're going to get the bleach, and we're going to do it this weekend. And I put my hair up. We got here. I put my hair up probably midnight. Was it about like 11 to midnight? Then she touches my hair with the bleach. And after that, it was no going back. So she put all the bleach in my hair, which I have a lot of hair. So we put a bag in it. Or we put it in a bag, my bad. And then I took a shower. And my hair looked like... What can I compare it to? Let's just say I had spots all over my head. I looked like... Let's just say I looked like Sully from Monsters, Inc. if his spots were yellow and orange. Basically. And I had a fit. But it was okay because it was like the middle of the night. I didn't have to leave yet, so it was okay. Then we go to the store, and we got another box of bleach, and we did it again, but it wasn't enough. So I left here, going home, looking the same. My hair was ridiculous. But, I mean, it was a good experience. Jada knew what she was doing. We weren't prepared at all, but it was a good experience.
And how long did it take for you to dye your hair back to your normal color?
Actually, right before I had a trip that I was going on right before that. So I just grabbed another box of bleach and I was like, you know what, we're going to do this for the third time. So I did it and it came out all the same color, but it was like yellowish orange and it was hideous. But I actually grew to like it. So I kept it for like 3 months and then I was looking at myself and my roots were growing back in and I had, half black, half orange hair. And I was like, this has got to go. So I ended up dyeing my hair brown and it came out black and now it's the way it is.
And then you call mom and say, Mom, you were...
Right, of course. Everyone. I was like, nope, I should have never done it. But it was a good experience, though. It taught me a lot. I felt like I had this whole different alter ego. And it did make me feel good, so... Yeah.
That's good. And all because Jada dyed your hair?
Yep.
If you guys can see her facial expressions, they're amazing.
And I mean, just think about it. Like, if me dyeing my hair because of something, a little heartbreak that I was going through, made me feel good. Like, imagine what she can do for other people.
That's good.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I do that for myself all the time.
All the time.
In the time that we've known you, you've had at least, 4 different hair colors?
Yes.
At least.
At least that I can remember?
There was a time where it was like I had 4 different hair colors in the span of 3 months.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And all by yourself?
All by myself.
Every time. Yeah, she's amazing at it. You have a tia, no?
Yeah, she was the one who kind of... I get my style from her and, like, the dyeing my hair because she had red hair, like, short red hair. And she was the one who taught me. And one day I was just like, I don't need her to do my hair anymore. And I grabbed a box of bleach and... Not a box. It was a thing. But I bleached my hair and then I dyed it purple, I believe. That was the first time I ever dyed myself. And I was like, I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, again, like I said, learn something from me. And I'm telling you guys, just move forward in life. Don't go backwards. If you're on top of the hill, go higher. You know, keep moving forward. Never give up. You know your dad's stories. I told you some stories. Almost, gave up on life. So keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Succeed. Make your dad proud and buy me a boat.
I'm going to.
Okay. And Jada, good luck when you move to Arizona. Hopefully we see you again before you move. And again, thank you for being on my podcast. And thank you for riding with me.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.